Gregory Keene turns the next page on the Dossier on Dumetrius.
It was incredible. It really was. I'd found proof that the psychiatrist fellow Bookman was in some way connected with Dumetrius, and the sanatorium was their headquarters and hiding place. The tip came from Eustace Manley originally. He'd found somehow that Tony Marzotti, before he was killed, had been getting his supplies of dope from Bookman. And it was Bookman's car they'd used the night the attempt was made on Hady's life, although, of course, they'd reported it stolen at the time. And then again, the sanatorium was in the area where we'd repeatedly lost people we were following. It all added up. So Cutts and I tackled the place between us. Of course, we should have taken men and surrounded the house and grounds, but I'd been ordered off the affair, and there was only one way to get my head above water again: take Dumetrius myself. So I ran the risk, and here's what happened. Bookman let me into the sanatorium, but raged and stamped about having his place searched. I was half inclined to believe I was making an appalling mistake, that Bookman was telling the truth and had never heard of Dumetrius, when I noticed a sheet of manuscript on his piano. He'd been constructing some variations on a theme, and I picked out the opening statement of it. I'd heard it before, and so had Peter Ridgway. We had that theme on record, only it was being whistled then.
Get away from my piano, I insist.
You object so strongly, Dr. Bookman?
I cannot bear anyone to touch my piano. Leave it alone, I command you.
Oh, very well. But it is an intriguing theme. Has definite possibilities. Well, lead the way, will you, Bookman? I don't want to be here all night.
So, you are going on with this fantastic charade of searching my sanatorium for Dumetrius?
Yes. Cutts.
Yes, sir.
Here a minute. This is it, Cutts. You're here somewhere. Get on to Fentress. Tell him to get Frayne and some men. And then search the grounds and cope with anyone who tries to hold you up, eh? Well, as you gathered, Bookman, Cutts is taking your grounds. All right, now. Through this door here, where does that lead?
To a corridor, which in turn gives onto a number of small wards. But mark my words, Major Keene. There's going to be serious trouble for you in the near future. Forcing your way into a medical institution.
Hello. Colonel Fentress? Sergeant Cutts here, sir. Well, sorry to wake you up, sir, but it's urgent. Major Keene's found their headquarters. Yes, sir, Dumetrius. He's keeping a man called Buckman busy till we get the place surrounded. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Major Keene said Inspector Fraser. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 10 minutes. We should have brought men to begin with. 10 minutes before the yard's blokes get here, and it's up to me to see no one leaves the house.
Really, Major Keene, this is going beyond a joke. At this rate, you will still be searching my sanatorium by dawn.
Do you still declare you've never heard of Dumetrius?
How many more times do I have to tell you? As far as I am concerned, this is a preposterous intrusion. So far from hearing of this person, Dumetrius, Now, who in the name of fortune must I admit now?
I'll come with you to the door and see.
Never in all my life have I had to put up with such a situation. I'm going to call the police. I refuse to put up with this a moment longer.
Open your front door, man. Possibly we won't have to go to the trouble of calling the police.
Are you Dr. Bookman?
Yes. Who are you calling at this hour?
My name is Fentress. I'm from MI5. And this is Inspector Frayne with 2 of his men. We're coming in.
No, then do so. I'm glad you're here, Colonel. I wish to make a complaint about the behavior of your subordinate. Major Keene forced his way in here, and his underling, Cutts, or whatever his name is manhandled 2 of my staff.
Oh, never mind that. Your house and grounds are surrounded.
According to Major Keene, they have been so for some time.
Well, now they actually are. All right, Keene, tell me quickly. What makes you so sure this is their headquarters?
Come into Bookman's study. It's through here.
Yeah? What's in here?
It's on the piano. Do you read music, Colonel?
No, I don't. Now, for heaven's sake, Keene, what goes on here?
Listen to this. Our friend Bookman has been composing some variations. I think he was leading up to a double fugue.
A fugue on what? Bookman. Sit down.
I demand an explanation. Colonel Fentress, I am a respected member of the
All right,
community.
friend, start hunting. Go through the place with a fine-tooth comb. I'm having a few words with Bookman here.
I've been over the ground floor, friend. Better start upstairs.
Righto. Come along, you chaps.
All right, Bookman. Where is he?
Where is who?
Dumetrius.
I am heartily sick and tired of the sound of this fellow's name. I know nothing about him, and I refuse point blank to enter into any further discussion of the matter. Do you hear me? I absolutely refuse.
We might save a lot of pointless histrionics, Bookman, if we tell you just the position you're in. Keen?
I've told him how I come to be here. His car, the night they tried to run Haley Bergner down. Mazzotti, Blum, and the rest disappearing time after time in this vicinity. Mazzotti getting his dope here. And now, of course, the air he's been composing his variations upon.
Is it a
Two
crime?
people gave us that theme, Bookman. One, a chap named Ridgway, who was stabbed in the back.
But Ridgway is dead.
Ridgway is very much alive.
The newspaper.
Ridgway is alive. And his sister heard Dumetrius whistling the tune. Did you keep her here when she was kidnapped?
As far as I am concerned, you are all unhinged.
It's no use, Bookman. If Dumetrius is not in this house, where is he?
I can tell you nothing.
We're holding you, of course, you know that.
On what charges?
Complicity in the murder of Reuben Janus, alias Max Rubenstein. One of the Norfolk constables was able to give us a description of the car that went through the roadblock a few hours ago near Hogglestock. It tallies with yours. Mark 6 Bentley Drophead. Now, you can't possibly get out of it, you know. So you better take your chances and tell us all you can. Now, I'll say it again. Where is Dumetrius?
He is certainly not in this house.
Do you realize that for you the game is up?
You cannot arrest me. You have no evidence.
Oh, use your head, man. The game's up for all of you.
You can prove nothing. You've not a shred of evidence to connect me with Dumetrius or anyone else.
You were with Yachty Bloom and Dumetrius in Norfolk not 4 hours ago. They escaped in your
My
car.
car has not been used.
Cuts.
Yes, Mayor.
Have you had a look at the Bentley in the garage?
Yes, sir. The motor's still warm.
You see, Bookman?
But it's a two-car garage, Colonel. And there's another small car being taken out not long ago. There's wet oil on the floor.
Where's your other car, Bookman?
I do not know. It was there.
What's its make and number? Come on, man. We can find out for ourselves in 5 minutes.
You've no right to.
What's the number of the other car?
XOY 332.
Right. Get onto it, Cuts. Get a call out for it. In here, friend. Any luck?
Not a sign of anyone but patients, domestics, and all the list.
So they managed to get out first, eh? All right. Get Bookman out to my car. We'll make for the embankment. You'd better make up your mind to it, Bookman. You're in for some real questioning. Because if there's one thing more obvious than another, it's that Dumetrius was warned. Keen? Who could have warned them, Keen?
Well, they might never have come back here, Dumetrius and Yachty.
You didn't happen to tell anyone that Manningley had tipped you off, did you?
As a matter of fact, I did.
You'd better come back to the embankment too, Keen. Now, if I didn't know you, I'd be wondering just whose side you were on. Well, out to the cars, I think. And, friend, I'll leave it to you to arrange for men to stay here. Now, I'm getting rather interested in the sanatorium. I don't know about you chaps, but to me, one or two things stick out a mile. I'd lead the way, will you, Keen? If Dumetrius really was warned, I wonder if he had time to gather his loot. Quite a point there, isn't it, sir? Good morning, Miss Bergner.
How do you do, Colonel Fentress?
I don't generally call before 11 in the morning, but 10:30 isn't really so bad, is it?
I'm just making some coffee. Would you care for some?
I should very much like some coffee.
It's only 25 minutes.
Good. I believe Gregory Keene called in here last night,
Yes, he did.
and then telephoned you later on.
That's right.
You know, he's really put us in a very difficult position.
They were purely personal calls.
Perhaps. In a way, that's what makes it all so awkward.
It would be easier for me if you'd say just what you mean, Colonel.
Well, we had rather an eventful night. We learned where a man called Dumetrius was hiding, but when we got there, he'd just gone. I shan't bore you with the details of how we know, or what makes us quite certain that he left in a hurry.
Who left where in a hurry?
Dumetrius left the sanatorium of a man called Bookman in a hurry. It's all quite definite. Bookman has 2 cars, and one of them made a call for petrol to a station in Hampstead Heath 5 minutes before Gregory Keene arrived at the sanatorium. Oh, but then I promise not to bore you.
You're not boring me in the least, Colonel Fentress.
Well, to cut a long story short, between the time Gregory Keene called on you, or rather telephoned you, and the time he arrived at the sanatorium, someone contrived to warn Dumetrius that Keene was on his way.
And you pay me a call at 10:30 in the morning to tell me all this.
Young woman, you aren't going to ask me to believe you don't know why.
Oh, but I am.
Edie,
Yes?
you were the only person Keene spoke to last night after he saw his informer Eustace Manningley.
Was that?
Yes.
So I must be the person who warned Dumetrius.
That conclusion does suggest itself, wouldn't you say?
I have to change, Colonel. I'll be late for an appointment.
You'll have to miss your appointment, I'm afraid.
Why?
Because you're coming to the embankment with me, Miss Bergnon. Again. Only this time we're in earnest. Oh, yes, change by all means. And this time, you will tell us how you communicated with Dumetrius last night.
We had Bookman. Fentress thought he had Hades. But I was worse off than ever before, and lucky not to be under arrest myself. It was quite a while before I realized why Colonel Fentress left me alone for the rest of the hunt. There was heavy weather in the offing, and things to be done that couldn't be done officially. I was elected, and when the time came, believe me, it was a pleasure. You see, Dumetrius had left the sanatorium, but he had to come back. That's what I was counting on.
Keene makes another discovery at the Bookman Sanatorium in the next chapter, this story of suspense, Dossier on Dumetrius.